Hello, friends. Today is Purnima or full moon. This full moon is really auspicious. It takes place in the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada. There are these two sister nakshatras. One is Purva Bhadrapada, which spans from Aquarius to Pisces. And the second one, Uttar Bhadrapada, it's completely in Pisces. The symbol of these two nakshatras is a funeral pyre or a deathbed. Purva Bhadrapada, where today's full moon is happening, symbolizes the front two legs of the deathbed, and Uttar Bhadrapada symbolizes the back two legs of the deathbed. Why am I talking about death and deathbed and funeral pyre so much? It is because starting tomorrow, which is the first tithi or the first phase after the full moon, we have something called as Pitru Paksha. Pitru Paksha spans a period of 14 days. It's a fortnight that is dedicated in devotion to your ancestors. Why are ancestors so important, and why do Indians dedicate like a fortnight in their devotion? It's because life on earth, if you really think about it, would not be possible for you if your ancestors did not exist on this plane and did what they did. Your DNA, the way you look, the nose that sits on your face, it's all because somehow the genes of your ancestors were influenced, or the epigenetics were influenced by the environment and kind of life experiences they had. And the plane of karma, the earthly plane is a plane of karma, is where we all come to work out our karmas. This plane would have not existed if our ancestors didn't exist and they did not continue the cycle of life and death. So it's really important to pay homage to them. And the way a lot of Indians do it is they do Shraddham or Tarpanam. A lot of people do Shraddham and Tarpanam between in this Pitru Paksh, Pitru meaning ancestors and Paksh meaning a fortnight or a section of time. They do Tarpanam in this Pitru Paksh if they really don't know the tithi or the time of death of their most recently deceased ancestor. If they know the tithi and time of their most recently deceased ancestor, then they will perform Tarpanam at that time. But if you don't know when your ancestors transitioned over, or if you just want to connect with your ancestors, during this time, you can do very simple things. You can leave some water out for your ancestors. You can feed the birds. You can, if you know your most recently deceased ancestor and something they love to consume, you can leave that out for them in small quantities. You don't have to do something big. But if you really want to do something big, then seek out a priest who can help you, a Hindu priest, who can help you perform Tarpanam. A lot of Hindu priests will not perform ceremonies or weddings or big temple activities during this time. They keep these 15 days free for anybody who can visit them and anybody who can request for a Shraddham or a Tarpanam to be done. So most priests would also like leave these 14 days for something as auspicious as doing Tarpanam. It's a really important part of the Indian philosophy or the Hindu philosophy. And I'm using the word Hindu very liberally. It's really the Vedic philosophy of paying homage or paying respect to your ancestors. As soon as this fortnight ends, we have the solar eclipse on the 14th of October. So big things coming. And the solar eclipse happens, it's in the last degrees of Virgo, but it's between that section of sky between Virgo and Libra. And it has to do a lot with relationships. And to really improve your relationships on the earthly plane, on the plane of karma, the first relationship you need to work on is your relationship with your ancestors. Even if you had a tough relationship with them, this is the time to reconcile and be in gratitude for something as simple as the body that you inherited from them. Because if it was not for this body, it was not for this vehicle, you could not move through this plane and work out your karmas. There is also, after the Pitru Paksha, you have Navratris that starts. It's a 9 days of festival dedicated to the goddess. And it is the goddess who manifests, the feminine energy that really manifests things on this planet. So paying homage to your ancestors is really important because they can help you manifest a life of your desires on this planet as we move through the Navratri. Have a blessed full moon and a blessed Pitru Paksha. Bye.